Things remained quiet in early April. We briefly entertained the idea that the aliens had given up. But on April 9th, the attacks resumed. Once again, they launched a coordinated strike, forcing us to choose who to save and who would suffer. We chose to send a well-armed squad to Germany. Australia and Nigeria's pleas for assistance would go unanswered. It had been over 2 weeks since our last engagement. Wounds had faded to memory, and my memory of this squad's performance on its last mission had faded to fantasy. It's the only justification I can come up with for once again sending Donald Trump out into the field with Michelle Bachmann, Chris Christie, and Ben Carson. The team moved into the area of operation. Smoothly, quietly.
X-rays spotted.
That is until Donald Trump drew attention to himself with that damn pink armor. Who let him wear that into the field? This was a new type of alien. Some sort of mechanical monstrosity. They were agile, and they were well armed. Ben Carson laid down a smokescreen to protect the forward units. But the cost was high. Too high. One of the units fired its rocket boosters and maneuvered behind our team. But Chris Christie was at the rear guard, and he had nearly a point-blank shot. The man whose bullets bend around corners and is able to shoot through the very earth may as well have been firing blanks. It was up to Trump to finish the job. Concealed in smoke, the alien unaware of his presence, he lined up his shot. On something else, I guess.
I'll get him next time.
Bachmann was this team's last hope, moving into a dangerous position in order to lay hands on the valuable alien material known as Meld, confident she could finish the unit that had her flanked. She leveled her cannon and filled the air with bullets. The air, not the alien. The aliens returned fire, but instead of taking an easy point-blank shot against Christie, they toyed with us, firing an unnecessarily difficult long-distance shot to put him at death's door. The alien may as well have twirled his gun and blown smoke from the barrel. The tactic worked. Bachmann went into a full panic. The other alien just moved in and waited to strike. Trump knew he was flanked from both sides, dead if he moved. He pelted one of the floaters with a shot from his sniper rifle. It seemed to barely dent its armor. But it must have rattled its nerves or damaged some sort of targeting computer because its return fire failed to connect. Its friend had seen enough and evaporated Trump as casually as, say, a pompous windbag would fire an employee. Alone and outgunned, Bachmann finished off both units almost as efficiently as they had killed off the rest of her squad. The protracted gun battle drew a pair of sectoids. Bachmann eliminated one, but took a hit while she tried to find better cover. She still had a chance. If only she could eliminate this one sectoid, maybe she could retreat to the extraction point. Unfortunately, her burst failed to do any significant damage, and the sectoid seized on the opportunity, ending her. The whole squad was dead. The Sky Ranger returned to the base empty, and panic around the world began to rise. Dr. Valen's team finished drawing up schematics for laser weaponry based on the alien designs. It would have significantly increased our firepower, if only we hadn't expended all our resources constructing satellites to appease the politicians. I mean the politicians currently in governmental offices, not the hopefuls in my barracks. We needed a bit of good news. And on April 12th we got it, when one of our fighters managed to take down an alien craft near our base in Japan. We sent Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, Rand Paul and Jeb Bush to clear out the crew and bring back something of value.
Position confirmed. Positive enemy contact.
The squad encountered a pair of floaters even before the whole team had exited the Sky Ranger. The rookies scrambled for cover and laid down suppressing fire. Huckabee wasn't going to let this team end up like the last, and he used his rocket to charcoal the aliens before they could return fire.
What was that?
The aliens must have had significant trust in that pair of floaters, because our team didn't encounter another patrol as they approached the crashed ship. Or maybe the aliens had just fallen back to wait in ambush. Our team found the outsider with a pair of floaters as we breached the UFO. Mike Huckabee managed to plug a few shells into the outsider, but no one else could get an angle on it. Rand Paul and Ted Cruz attempted to deal with the floaters, but they proved too maneuverable. Bush landed a hit, but all of the alien targets remained active, and they concentrated their return fire on Rand Paul and Jeb Bush's position. Neither survived the barrage. Mike Huckabee used the opportunity to finish off the outsider, but Ted Cruz was unable to land a shot on the floater that was taunting him from above. Taunts, which quickly turned deadly. Low on ammo and alone, Huckabee tossed his grenade in a desperate attempt to finish the engagement. One floater fell lifeless from the sky, but the other still functioned. Worse, the grenade had destroyed the wall Huckabee was using for cover. The remaining floater took quick revenge on the exposed Huckabee, and once again, we'd lost a full team of operatives. I started to doubt my command decisions. I started to doubt our whole strategy. But we were in it now. There was nowhere to go but forward. On April 14th, we had another airborne contact. It was larger than anything we'd encountered before, but our fighter pilots took it down with ease, reminding me what a trained soldier was capable of. Carly Fiorina led Rick Santorum, John Kasich, and Marco Rubio into the field. These were our last operatives at the base. Failure was not an option. Once again, the squad encountered an alien team as they stepped off the gangplank. Fiorina pushed forward and wounded one with her sidearm. John Kasich finished what she started. Rick Santorum tried to hit the most defended target, but couldn't land the shot. Marco Rubio was able to get a clear line of sight on the third alien, and eliminate it. The remaining unit fell back towards the alien craft. Our team started to pursue, but rerouted in an attempt to collect the alien resource known as Meld. We lost track of the sectoid, but before long it was the least of our concerns. A new type of alien weapon found us, some sort of flying, tentacled horror capable of turning itself invisible. Our team clustered up and waited in an effort to provide covering fire, but one of them grabbed Santorum and started to choke the life out of him. The other attempted to get the drop on Fiorina, but she managed to duck behind cover just in time to avoid the incoming blasts of energy. She then used the surgical precision of her shotgun to delicately remove the alien from Santorum's face. While Santorum crawled into cover, desperately gasping for air, Rubio and Kasich tried to eliminate the remaining threat. But it slipped back into the shadows as its reinforcements arrived on the scene. Kasich shot one of the floaters out of the sky, while Rubio and Fiorina fell back to better cover. Santorum stayed to watch Kasich's backside, but when the time came, Santorum couldn't perform, and the mechanical squid thing put Kasich in the same death hold Santorum had just escaped from. His eyes focused on Kasich, Santorum never saw the shot that reduced him to a gross pile of goo. A sticky, foul-smelling mess. If only there were just one word I could use to describe it more clearly. Santorum was dead, and Fiorina knew it was up to her. She pumped her shotgun and charged forward, right into a deadly shot from the nearby floater. Marco Rubio waded through the gore that used to be his squad mates and fired a shot that freed Kasich from the aliens' grasp, but failed to disable the unit. The aliens adjusted their positioning, but didn't manage any further casualties. Kasich closed on one of the floaters and destroyed it before it could react. Rubio had to choose between taking a shot at the better-armed floater or that creepy tentacle thing that had him flanked. In the end, the question was purely academic. As the alien porn star slipped back into stealth, our remaining squad fired on the floater. Kasich wounded it, and Rubio finished it off. They also managed a clean kill on the stealth unit when it tried to strike.
Kill confirmed.
As our soldiers entered the alien ship, the sectoid reappeared and tried to finish off Kasich.
They're starting to lose ground.
Fortunately, the shot just grazed him. But with no medical personnel on hand, he was likely to bleed out if they didn't clear out the alien crew fast. Rubio finished the sectoid, and they found the ship's pilot in an adjoining room. Kasich used his grenade to knock down the walls, giving Rubio a clear shot. It was absolutely crucial Rubio not miss. Kasich's life probably depended on it. Fuck it! Grenade! I believe the comm-log transcript reads. 2 soldiers made it back from this mission, but one of them would need time to heal. When the aliens launched their next raid on April 15th, we only had 1 soldier fit for duty. I couldn't send Rubio in on his own. It was suicide. We didn't launch to any of the reported sites. The citizens of the world were panicking. They were counting on us to save them, and I was failing them.
Commander,
The Council insisted we take a special mission to protect a UN official who was under attack from alien forces. But we had just 1 man. I refused their order. On the 19th of April, the aliens changed their tactics in a brazen attack against the citizens of China. But I lacked the manpower to respond. I let them burn Guangzhou to the ground. That was the last incident in April. The Council of Nations was not pleased in our performance. South Africa, Nigeria, Australia, and China pulled their support, while Germany, India, and Egypt were hanging by a thread. It was time to consider the positives. We had new funding. We had a rough month, but wars aren't won in a single battle. Or 3 really decisive battles either. May would be our chance to turn this around, to fight back, to show the aliens what the hell are those things?
Down. Oh.
Well, shit.
The inability of this project to maintain the support of several crucial council members has greatly reduced the effectiveness of both entities. This entire undertaking was the product of an ill-conceived plan, a series of simple misunderstandings met with an overzealous response. We believe the best course of action now is to cooperate with the aliens for the betterment of all mankind. We are of one mind about this. The path ahead is clear.